Alright, birthday Yahawah.
Birthday Yahawah.
Birthday YAHAWASHI.
Birthday Yahawah.
Birthday Yahawah.
Birthday Yahawah.
Birthday YAHAWASHI.
Birthday Yahawah.
You call by YAHAWAH by Rawchaa Qadash. We will give our double honor to the elder apostle, that great miracle. We will sincere citation I cannot put to the truth across the four corners of the earth to the fear and power of YAHAWAH that the hope will let. So I can. And salutation to the Israelite foreigner that scattered amongst the nations that believe in the name of the YAHAWAH. And shalom to the sisters and family that tune into the gospel that preach around the whole world. Peace and mercy unto you. And who the world inwardly called God, his name is Yahawah. That's the true name of the Heavenly Father. And who the world inwardly called Jesus Christ, his name is YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
And that's the true name of the only begotten Son. All right, which means he delivered. All right, YAHAWASHI. And we the Hebrew Israelite that consists of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and those whose line of descendants go back to one of those 12 tribes of Israel. Because you have our people that scatter among the other nations that could be looking like the other nations, but the Spirit bear witness that they are the children of the Most High. All right, pursuant to Romans chapter 12. All right, and we're basically going to get into ain't no retiring in this work. All right, and the work is put in the truth. All right, prophesying is basically our job description. All right, we are prophet. It was prophet or to prophesy the downfall of the kingdom. All right, and therefore we prophesy until this shit, until Yahawashi come back, basically. Like the scripture that support that. All right, there's no retiring in this. There ain't no taking no break.
That's right.
There ain't no retiring. None of that shit.
That's right.
All right, it doesn't matter what age you get to, get up in age. Retirement is not the thing that's on your mind, because you still prophesying, man.
That's right.
You know, and that's the attitude that we need to be in. And Tawada, Yahawah by Rawchaa Qadash, for putting the fear on our elder apostle to keep going, to showing the example of not taking no break, putting their best foot forward, and basically being an example to the younger men like us coming up in his face, that we can see how to walk in this thing and see that there ain't no break, there ain't no no making plans to retire, none of that shit. That's what men of the world do, man.
That's right.
All right, quick well, not testimony, but the church I used to go to, and the friend I knew in the world, his grandfather was still alive, but was a assistant pastor to a church. The nigga retired.
Right.
So that's what niggas in the world do. They retired. You know, or I'm gonna be a pastor or an assistant pastor, or I'm gonna be a bishop for 20, 30 years in the church. I'm gonna retire. Like, no.
Right.
That's not the mindset to be in. All right.
Right.
But I'm just using that as an example.
Right.
All right. But we are to prophesy until the downfall of this kingdom. All right.
That's right.
There ain't no retiring, and it's strict to stay occupied until I come.
That's right.
I know you got some drip on deck.
This is Isaiah chapter 62, verse 6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night.
See, never hold their peace day and night. That's why you have different, that's why you have brother doing videos throughout the day and night, because we all have different shifts. All right? A watchman not going to be on the watch 24/7. All right, so to speak.
Right.
All right, because we have, you know, you have to rotate. All right, day shift, night shift. You know, but take a rest. You got a new shift a body coming in to do the night watch. All right, same thing. And the truth, you know, brother work night job, brother work early morning, in between. So brother gonna be doing shows throughout the day, throughout the night.
Right.
All right. So that's why you can get the truth day and night at any time. You can wake up at 3 in the morning, best believe somebody uploaded a video, all right, probably 5 minutes prior to you being up 3 in the morning.
That's right.
And you got brother on the other side of the world that in different time zones, and you can catch them live or uploading a video. All right. So the watchmen are going to be it's a continuous thing, day and night. All right, and we're not going to give basically we're gonna damn, I'm gonna say it. We're gonna give the Lord no rest until He make Jerusalem a praise on the earth, man. As the scripture said.
That's what I was gonna say, right?
Yep.
It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night.
Right, because we're not holding peace. All right, because we're calling out the wickedness of this world, of our people, of our enemy, and we're prophesying the downfall of our enemies of the kingdom. All right, Ezekiel 7 tell you to set thy face against Mount Seir. All right, which is Esau, even the so-called white men. So we're basically being a nuisance unto the society, unto the world, also unto YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
All right, day and night. All right, we're making noises and we're not holding our peace, and we're basically disturbing the peace. All right, toward the peace. Go ahead.
That's right. It says, ye that make mention of the Lord YAHWASHI, keep not silence.
Yeah, keep not silent. All right, because you take a break or you retire, you stop.
Right.
No, it said keep not silent. Basically, keep it going. All right. Well, you're gonna become silent all of a sudden. You're gonna put the truth for 20, 30 years, and all of a sudden you're gonna be silent. No.
Right.
That's why. Said it before, like how you have nothing to say.
Right.
All the things that's going on, the prophecy being fulfilled, and you got nothing to say. You just a dumb dog. How you have nothing to say?
Right.
All right. That's why the scripture said, "Be fervent for the Lord."
That's right.
Be on fire, because if you're not on fire, you cold. You basically, you're not occupying the spirit. You're not tapped into the spirit, basically.
Yep.
You know, you just a dumb dog that not giving warning to the people.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right. It says, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
See, don't give no rest. And that applies to every man that come, put their hand on the plow, or be enlightened, waking up to the truth, and start prophesying. You got to do that. You got to do that until you make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
That's right. I got something real quick.
Yep.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. It says, and the Lord YAHWASHI said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon
And Jerusalem talking about our people, all right? Our people, Negro, Latino, Native Americans, that's why we're out there in the highways and hedges, all right? Or the chief concourse of the places throughout the world in the midst of Jerusalem. Because our people is everywhere. And they're going to be in these places, all right? And that's where they meet us at, all right? Or that's where we meet them at, all right? Vice versa. Okay, go ahead.
So it says, set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst of.
Right, so how you have nothing to say with all the abomination and wickedness that's being done on the earth? So the one that gonna receive the mark, all right, set aside, all right, that gonna be basically preserved from judgment. Okay, that's the mark that gonna be put on the men. Okay, and that mark also gonna include the name of YAHWASHI. All right, because they sighing and crying for all the things that being done here on the earth. All right.
That's right. I got another quick one. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
Yeah, living sacrifice. So you got to continually do this thing, man. All right? It's a everyday thing. Mm-hmm. All right? Like the thing, like, it's not just when you put your garment on camp day for a couple hours. No, this is every day. Mm-hmm. Even when the garment when you take that garment off, you still in the thing, man.
Right. He says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
Yeah, that's our reasonable service, is to present ourselves a living sacrifice. And what that sacrifice consists of, hitting the highways and hedges, all right? Prophesying, hitting the street.
Yep.
All right, that's our reasonable sacrifice, man. And honestly, at the end of the day, not even much is required of us.
Right.
If you think about it, the Lord's not asking too much of our time.
Right.
He's not even asking us to do a hard thing.
Right.
Okay, he said his yoke is easy.
That's
All
right.
right, this is something that's easy to bear.
That's
okay?
right. That's right. That's why he says reasonable service. He's not asking us to do anything that's not reasonable.
Right.
You know, us going out there teaching His word, that's reasonable.
Right.
You know, you can sacrifice a few hours, a couple hours for the Lord, man. You can do that. All of us are doing that. You know, the apostles and others, they've been doing this thing for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they up in age and they still going hard for the Lord. You know.
Yep.
I got more. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing.
Right. Don't be assimilating the world, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically following the ways of this world and try to assimilate and try to incorporate worldly aspect into what you're doing,
Right.
all right? Because at the end of the day, you that become a gimmick, all right? Go ahead.
Right. It says, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may.
The renewing in your mind, we've got to be renewed daily, all right? Knowing what you're involved in, and also being renewed in the mind. Basically, all the things that we have learned before coming to the truth, we have to relearn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our mind has to be changed all over again.
That's right.
All right.
It says that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
Right, so you have to prove that thing, man.
That's right. And see, and then by us going out there on the highways and byways, that's also to glorify YAHAWASHI.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you read that prophecy in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, it's speaking about those individuals that stood so stiffly for the name
of the Lord.
Lord, that confessed the name of the Lord before the world. You know, obviously somebody has to be doing that. Somebody has to fulfill that role, that lot. You know, so by us going out there on the highways and byways, you know, that's a way of us, as the scripture say, giving diligence to make our calling and election sure.
Yep.
You know?
And how you gonna do that? By taking a break or retiring.
Right.
All right. It's not what have you done for the Lord. It's what you continue to do for the Lord.
That's
all right. Yeah, it's cool and all that you been doing it for 20, 30 years, but what are you doing today? What are you continuing? All right.
Right.
The scripture said to continue in the thing that thou have learned.
That's
all right.
That's right.
You ain't gonna just 30 years. I put my time in. Okay, I'm gonna retire,
Right.
and I'm gonna just wait till the Lord come back.
Right.
No, it's what are you continuing? What are you doing in the now?
Right.
All right. What we done yesterday only matter is what we're doing today.
Right.
And Lord wills, we still make it to the next day. What are we doing for that day for the Lord?
Right.
All right.
Right.
Because that's where He's not gonna be forgetful of our work. All right.
That's
and
right.
when you continue in the faith, when you continue in the work, not by taking a break and taking time off, because all that he ain't gonna look at that. He ain't gonna look at what you did a couple months ago for X amount of years.
Right.
All right. All that shit gonna be null and void.
That's right.
All right. It's what you doing now. What are you doing in the now?
That's right.
Because by you taking a break or retiring, you can say you have faith, but your work has now become obsolete. Therefore, your faith is dead, because faith without work is dead.
Yep.
So basically, you're not even showing your work no more, because it's not just about faith, it's having your work also.
Right.
So those two and two are hand in hand. So you just can't stop. You're like, well, I still have faith.
Right.
No, you still have to still show your work.
That's right. I got another one. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 2. It says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season. reprove, rebuke.
Right, so that's, to the fall, to the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Hot as shit outside, it's cold,
Yeah.
rainy. We're doing it constantly.
All time.
At all times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta be like a mailman.
Yeah.
All right? They deliver mail, rain, sleet, heat, snow, windy. They out there.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn lying. They out there. Days a week, sometimes 7 days now. But now they start delivering on Sunday now.
Mm-hmm.
But it should show you that that's the mindset, the attitude that we have to have too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's right. It says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
Long suffering. That means you have to do it with long suffering, because basically if you taking a break or retiring, you're not long suffering no more.
Right. Right.
The thing that we're doing is long suffering, but forget us, because our 9, 18 years ain't nothing.
Right.
Think about the older apostle, man.
Right.
20, 30 years, still going, man.
Right.
Just imagine how their long suffering is going.
Right.
All right?
That's part of what I read in Romans, the 12th chapter, about that making our bodies a living sacrifice.
Right.
That long suffering, because we don't know exactly when the Lord is going to return. We know we close because of the signs, the prophecies that are happening, in the earth right now.
Right.
But we don't know the pinpoint, date when the Lord is going to return and deliver us. So we're, we go out there continuously, diligently, to make our call and election sure, and that's part of that sacrificing our bodies,
Right. And even with long suffering, that's also part of hating the day of our Lord return.
Right.
All right?
Right.
Because, it's long suffering, but at the same time, we're hating it because we want the Lord to return, but we don't know when He's going to return, so we're still continuing the thing that we're going to do, even with long suffering.
That's right. That's right. I got some more. It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
Right, and you think God doing that. Talk about the Levitical priesthood. Talking about need to retire.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a different doctrine, man. Because there ain't, to be honest, there ain't really no priesthood right now. All right, because YAHAWASHI is the high priest. All right, and the priesthood is after the order of Melchizedek, what we went into yesterday. All right? But we're prophet right now.
Right.
Our only job to do really is to prophesy against the kingdom.
That's
all right? Like the men of old, they tell you in what's that, Jeremiah.
Right.
All right?
Right. Because what did Yahushua tell the disciples in Matthew the 10th chapter? He told them, go to the house, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? And what did he say? Go to them, preach the kingdom of heaven. He didn't tell them to go out there and be priests.
Right.
He told them to go preach the gospel, preach the kingdom of heaven is nigh and at hand.
Right, because that's not the job of a priest. The job of the priest is the preacher is not to go and teach, go out and gather the lost house of Israel. The priest was to basically be the mediator between the Israelite and Yahweh. But Yahawashi became that sacrifice and became the high priest at the same time after that,
That's right.
So that's why we don't need the high priest, because the high priest is part, if you are a part of the body of Yahawashi, Yahawashi is the high priest, okay?
Right.
And he's up there with Yahweh, so he's there right there directly.
Right. And we're in no position to really, like the brother said, to be a priest, because we're not in our own land, number one,
and we don't have no temple.
We don't have no temple. We don't have like I said, we don't have sovereignty. We don't have our own land. We don't have our own, we don't have anything. We're in captivity, so we're in no position to really do those duties right now. That's to come in the kingdom, of course. But right now, our job, only thing we focus on is prophesying, man. Because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for these prophecies to come to pass, so we know that the Lord is on the way to come deliver us out of here.
Right.
It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned into fables. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry.
Right. You got to make full proof of the ministry, man. Go ahead. You go to found that.
Right. It says endure afflictions, right? So we have to endure many afflictions in this thing. Going back to that long suffering, and making ourselves bodies a living sacrifice unto YAHAWASHI. That's what's being done when we go out there. Mainly when we go out there on the highways and byways, but throughout our daily life as well too. This whole walk is a fight. Day by day, this thing is a fight. So, I mean, if you think about it in that perspective, how can we be in a position to be priests? Well, we gotta fight. It's a fight to be in this thing.
Right.
We just now waking up to the fact that we Israelites. We've been indoctrinated in a society so damn long. We fighting to get all that stuff off of us.
Right.
So we ain't nowhere near on the level of our forefathers.
No.
When it comes to the priesthood and the duties that come with that. We ain't nowhere near on that level. But right now it's all about faith.
Right. And the faith have to be on YAHAWASHI.
Right.
I got a quick precept going to how YAHAWASHI is the high priest, and he could when we make ourselves a living sacrifice. I said earlier, we're basically doing it to YAHAWASHI.
Right.
It's Hebrews 1:3, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins. See? Because back then, the priest had to make sacrifice for us to offer unto Yahweh, but YAHAWASHI came in and he took away that by being a sacrifice, by dying on the cross, all right?
Right.
And he purged our sins.
Right. And only once.
Right. And he ain't got to keep doing it. But you don't even acknowledge YAHAWASHI, so we can't even use that scripture to where they want to crucify YAHAWASHI afresh.
Right.
But he ain't doing that again. He only did it once. But you deny YAHAWASHI. All right? So basically, it said, let us hold fast our profession. What's our profession? Our faith. We brought that scripture out yesterday. The profession of our faith. It's Hebrew 8:1. That was Hebrew 4:14. Seeing that then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, YAHAWASHI, the Son of Yahweh, let us hold faith, hold fast our profession.
Yep, this is our profession. The ministry YAHAWASHI has set up over 2,000 years ago, man.
Right.
When he was on the scene. So we're doing the same thing YAHAWASHI was doing. When he was out there, he was preaching the gospel, preaching the kingdom of heaven. And that's what we're doing. We're preaching the kingdom of heaven. Okay? We're out there warning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of the evil that's to come on this earth. And we're telling you the judgments of you that remain wicked, remain, in your wickedness, you're going to be destroyed. We're telling you the judgments of the wicked of our people, Esau, and these other nations.
Right. And then back up our profession is Hebrews 10:23. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promises. All right. So YAHAWASHI basically everything is like brother said, everything is operating off of faith now. All right, everything that we're doing today is off of faith. It's not off the law. Because if we was to operate off the law, we'd be dead.
Right.
All right, we would have to be put to death,
Right.
basically. Okay, but Yahawashi came, right, to become the high priest when he made himself a sacrifice. All right, and that our faith now. We have to have faith in Yahawashi because Yahawashi is one that purged our sins, and by having faith and believing in Yahawashi, therefore we're being covered by His blood, by His sacrifice.
That's right.
All right, because now we ain't got a sacrifice. That's why we don't need a high priest according to the Levitical priesthood.
That's
All
right.
right, it's Hebrew 81. Now of the thing which we have spoken, this is the sum. We have such an high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in heaven.
Yup.
In the heavens. And that's Yahawashi. I got one more and then we'll get back. It said Hebrews 12 and 2. It said, looking unto Yahawashi, the author and finisher of our faith. So Yahawashi is the beginning and the finisher of our faith. Why? Because when Yahawashi come back and deliver the elect and we get placed in the kingdom of heaven, that could be the finishing of our faith. God, for that, we ain't going to need our faith no more.
Right.
All right? 'Cause our faith is going to be complete when the elect is delivered.
Right.
Right? Because the thing that we hope for is to be delivered and to receive the kingdom of heaven. So that's why he's the author and the finisher of our faith. All right? It said, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, defying the chain, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh.
Right. Yeah. That's right. I got
So you, man, yeah. So ain't no stopping this, man.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
I got a precept going back to preaching this word. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached," keyword preached,
Right.
"in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come."
And then our income. Look up the word preach. Because that's the thing that we got to do right now. We're preaching right now. All right? It tell you in Luke, what is that, Luke 10? Nah, Matthew 10.
I got the word.
Yeah, go ahead and bring it out.
This is preach in Matthew 24 and 14. The Greek word is carousal, which means to be a herald, to officiate as
Be a herald, like basically to give the good news out, all right, this gospel, because they think of a newspaper call itself the Herald, the Herald of New York or whatever, because they give you the info,
like
all right, information, huh?
Yep, like a messenger.
Yeah, like a messenger, because we are a messenger. We're ambassador of Yahawashi, so we're preaching the good news, all right, that the kingdom is Him, but Yahawashi is coming to deliver the elect and to bring in the kingdom of heaven on earth.
That's right. It says to officiate as a herald, to proclaim after the manner of a herald, always with the suggestion of familiarity, gravity, and an authority which must be listened to and obeyed, to publish, proclaim openly.
Right, openly, because you got to proclaim this openly, all right? Because the scripture said, you deny me to the world, I'm going to deny you to the Father. Mm-hmm. So that in itself, Yahawashi is speaking on the behalf.
Right.
Because if you don't speak on him, he going to tell his Father, Yahweh, look, they wouldn't even speak on my name.
Right.
All right, they were talking about it, you, and wasn't giving you no credit.
Yeah.
And Yahweh was like, okay, get rid of him. And
Right.
after these dudes want to hold on to the Levitical priesthood,
Right.
and don't want to believe in the book of the Hebrew, that's what you're doing. You basically denying the only begotten Son of Yahweh, which He told us to obey and have faith on.
Right.
Right?
It says, to publish, proclaim openly something which has been done, used of the public proclamation of the gospel and matters pertaining to it, made by John the Baptist, by YAHAWASHI, by the apostles and other Christian teachers.
Right, and that's what we have. All right, and we need scripture to bring out these good news, the gospel. All right, with this whole book. I look up the word herald. It's an official messenger bringing news. A person or thing viewed as a sign that something is about to happen.
Yeah.
Why? Because the prophet came out, and they was like, "Are you here to preach unto good thing or bad thing?"
Right.
So us being out is what? Is viewed as a sign that something is about to happen. You damn right. The prophet is out here because something is about to happen.
That's
the
right.
prophecy is about to be fulfilled, and after the downfall and the destruction of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man.
That's right.
So that's why we out here. You damn right. Viewed as a sign that something is about to happen.
Yeah. And then it has the words publish and public. Because when we go out there and teach this word, we're out there in the public.
Right,
People
and then we put it on YouTube.
Yep.
That's also public.
Right.
All right, because we're making a video public. YouTube is public too. And guess what? It's free to sign up. You don't even have to have an account to watch the video on YouTube.
Right.
So that there in itself is also public.
Right.
And it's being put on the World Wide Web on a worldwide public scale.
That's right. That's right. And it makes sense for how it says in the Matthew the 24th chapter, how this word will be preached in all of the world, because brothers are you may have instances where brothers go visit other brothers in different camps and what have you, but it's mainly through the internet, man.
Right.
You know, because the apostles and the elders in New York, they didn't have to leave New York to set up camps all over the world. It was done through the internet.
Right, which was public.
Which is public. You know, when you do a lesson, you publish the video.
Right, so that cut the guy that put up a couple minute clip, and then like, oh, now you got to buy the DVD and stuff.
Right.
You're not making it public. Now it become private. You know.
Right.
That's like Costco is not a public store.
Right.
You have to have a membership in order to go in there and buy stuff.
Right.
But you can get some of the same stuff at other stores that's public, that's open to the public.
Right.
Walmart, Target, those are open to the public, but Costco Damn Club is not open to the public.
That's right.
So we're like the Walmart of the world, right? Because we're open to the public.
That's
all
right.
The other guys are like Damn Club. You got to have a membership to view the content or watch the videos or to get the good news.
That's right. That's
They
right.
basically turn the house of the Lord into merchandise.
That's right. And we go out there in the public. Really, it is private, but we go out to the public to declare it, because this truth is really only for the elect right now,
Which is private.
But when we go out there and we speak this word, we do it openly.
Right.
You know, we don't hide in the corner. You know, we don't hide our belief.
Right.
So to speak.
And nobody can say, oh, we didn't know, we didn't see nobody, we didn't.
Right.
No, you saw.
Right.
All right. I got a quick the back up that Matthew 10 you quoted earlier too, 10 and 5, and this is in red, which means YAHAWASHI is speaking. These 12 YAHAWASHI sent forth and commanded them, saying, "Go not into the way of the Gentiles, which are actual foreigners, and into any city of Samaritan enter ye not," which was foreigners, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and that's what we're doing to this day too. And as ye go, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
That's right. So the Lord told the disciples, the apostles, to go and preach, which a preach is a prophet and preachers go hand in hand. Because when we out there, that's what we're doing. We're preaching the words of the Lord. You know, when we go out there and tell you America is going to be destroyed, That's us preaching the gospel. That's good news. This place, because the destruction of America equals the beginning of the kingdom of heaven being established.
Yeah.
Which is YAHAWASHI returning, snatching all those crowns, and possibly being one of those men, being one of those joint heirs with YAHAWASHI to reign. Because it said the first the second that don't taste of the second death, they're gonna reign with YAHAWASHI 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
We hoping to be one of those individuals to partake in that blessing, man. Partake in that prophecy.
Yep.
Yeah, you had more on that? I got a quick precept.
No, go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 9, verse 62. It says, "And Yahushua said unto him, No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High."
Right, so you put this hand on the plow, basically coming to the truth, and you start preaching. All right, because basically that's what we're doing. We're preaching. All right, we're prophesying and we're preaching. So we're preachers. But preacher is synonymous with prophet. Okay? And you take your hand off of that, you're not fit for the kingdom.
Right.
All right? You fit for what? Destruction.
That's right. Because this ain't no job like the brother's going into. There's some, you said about like some guy who was a pastor, he retired. This ain't no worldly job. This ain't no thing where you clock in and you clock out. Ain't no clocking in and clocking out. The scriptures say, the Lord said it in John the 15th chapter, "You have not chosen me, I've chosen you." So the ones of us that's in this truth that was called, we were called into this thing. But see, it's one thing to be called, but we striving to be the chosen. But see, what comes with being called is, this ain't no thing where you can just clock out. Once you put your hand to this, ain't no looking back. Ain't no stopping. You can't call yourself, okay, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and 1 minute and the next minute you a damn Muslim. Because at the end of the day, we all Israelites, whether you want to accept it or not. This is our nationality. This is who we are. A lot of people think this is a religion. They think this is like the Christian church, the Catholic church, or Islam. They think it's some form of religion. This ain't no religion, man. This is a nationality.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people fail to realize. They think this thing is a religion, man.
Yeah, go ahead. You got more on that?
No, that was it.
Man, it's 1 Timothy 4 and 13. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine.
Right. The doctrine, man, because that's one of the main reasons. One of the main things we go into, man. The doctrine, man, because there's a lot of lies out here. A lot of strong. What does it say in I believe 2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, man? So the weapons of our war are not carnal, but spiritual, man. The pulling down the strongholds, casting down all these imaginations. All these lies out here that's being pushed. The Most High and his Son are so-called white men, the angels of white, so-called white people, the people of the prophets and all of them, the King David, all of them were so-called white men, which is a lie. Okay, the Most High loves everybody. That's a lie. So us going out there on the highways and byways, we're pulling down those strongholds. We're tearing down those imaginations.
Right.
But see, there ain't no stop to that, man. This ain't no thing. Okay, I did my time. I did my 25. I did my 30. Now I'm about to go. I'm about to go somewhere on some resort and kick back until the Lord come back. Nah, man. If you thinking like that, you really don't understand what this truth is about.
Right. It's the Greek word for doctrine.
Strong's G 1319. Didaskalia. Didaskalia.
Teaching, instruction. That which is taught. Teaching, precept.
Yep, teaching. And and it's our job to. One of our jobs is to teach the scriptures, man. Go into the breakdowns, go into the prophecies, mainly the prophecies. Because like I said, that's what we're mainly out there to do, is to prophesy. All right, we ain't in the time of, going into extracurricular activities. We ain't out here to do rap videos. We ain't out here to try to sell garments and all this other crap out here, man. Bringing gimmicks to the truth. Our job is just simply just go out there and preach this gospel.
Right.
Whether the people hear or not.
Right. Hear for beer.
Because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's up to the Lord who's of the elect or not. We hope to be of the elect. That's why like I said, that's why we doing this, man. We trying to stay in good graces and good favor with the Lord. And this is how you get in good with the Lord, by doing His work, preaching His word.
Yep. And my friend thought me back. 1 Timothy. Oh, the precept of this is be institutionalization.
Yeah.
It came up at the precept.
That's
It's 1 Timothy 4 and 14. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hand of the presbytery.
Right. So we're not supposed to neglect it. We're not supposed to neglect this truth, man. We're not supposed to neglect this word that the Lord has bestowed upon us to go out there and spread it. Because what did the Lord say? What did He call that individual that sits on His talent? He called him a wicked and slothful servant.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get into that and close out on that. That in Luke. It's the Greek word for
Strong's
neglect.
G 272. Ameleo.
Ameleo, to be careless of, to neglect. All right, and when you neglect something, you just pretty much put it off. Fail to look after. All right, and that tie into caring for the flock. All right. If you neglect the flock, the sheep are going to scatter.
Right.
They're going to have no proper care.
Mm-hmm.
And as the elder apostle, they're there because they're not neglecting their office.
Right.
And that's how we came about. If you think about it, that's why I said through prophecy. Because this is prophecy that this happened for us to wake up. Okay?
That's right.
And it said, I think I looked up this word before, preparatory, in the Greek.
Strong's G 4244. Presbyterian.
It's that body of elders, preparatory, Senate, council. All right, of the elder of anybody, assembly of Christians, which is the saints. And that's how we came about. All right, because the elder had to do this thing in order for us to wake up to the truth, to wake up to the knowledge. All right.
Right.
It's the that's pretty much what reason again. It's the neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on the hand of the, with the laying on of the hand of the presbytery, right? Because the elder is how we came about. All right, that's why I said the laying of the hand of the presbytery. If they meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy property may appear to all, which you brought up about being out in the public.
Right.
All right? Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
Yeah.
So that's covered, that's proved that it's what you're doing now. What are you continuing? Because you continue, it said continue in them.
That's
Right?
right.
Because you're going to save yourself and they'll that hear you. So the
right.
elders they're doing what they're supposed to. Why? Because they can save themselves and also all the other men that come up under them.
That's right. That's right. I got some.
Let me look up this word continue real quick.
Okay, good.
It's the Greek word for continue.
Strong's G 1961. Epimeno. Epimeno.
To stay at or with, to tarry, still to abide, to preserve, continue, of the thing continuing in the work of teaching.
Ooh. There you go. Continue teaching.
Man, oh man.
You know, when you continue something, I mean that it's continuous. It's no stop to it.
Right.
You know, just like when you watch a certain TV series, you know the TV series is still running if there's a continuous season to it.
Right.
But if they say, okay, this is the season finale, you know that series is coming to an end.
Right.
You know, and you know, but see with this word, with this truth, this is going to continue until our Lord returns. You know,
We'll make it better because we don't have a set date like that. Oh, this is the season finale.
Yep.
Nah, this shit could just come to. It could be abruptly ended.
Yep.
All right.
That's right. And I got the perfect precept. We can close on this. I'm gonna jump around a bit. This is Matthew chapter 25. I'm just gonna hit the points. And 13 it says, "Watch therefore," and this is the words of YAHAWASHI. "Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto him his goods."
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the Lord, he delivered every man, you know, according to his portion of faith, his proportion, you know, a measure the Lord has given each and every last one of us of talents, okay? And we're supposed to put those talents to use. No, now I'm not going to read the whole thing. You know, I'm just going to hit the key points, but it pretty much goes, the Lord gave one individual, he gave him 2 talents, he gave the other one 5 talents, and he, you know, it was an individual who had 1 talent. I'm going to read that. It says, this is Matthew 25 and 24. It says, "Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine." See, so this servant that had the 1 talent, you know, because the other servants that had, the one servant that had the 2 talents, he put his talents to work and he doubled it.
Right.
And the servant that had the 5 talents, he put his talent to work and he doubled it.
Right.
You know, and the Lord said, "Well done, you know, because you have been faithful over a few, I will make you ruler over many things."
Right.
You know, but this servant right here who had 1 talent, he didn't double his talent. He didn't put his talent to work. As I just read, he hid it.
Right.
All right. It says, "And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine. And his Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I had not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and that then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which have 10 talents. You see, so basically, that servant that had that one talent and hid his talent in the earth, the Lord basically took that talent away from him,
Right.
and it was given to another faithful servant. So the point is, if we don't continue in this thing, we basically hide our talent in the earth. The Lord's going to take this from us. You know, we're basically going to be cast into outer darkness. We're going to be put in a congregation of the dead if we be like that individual. That's why this is so important, you know, to be out there, man, to do this thing nonstop, without breaks, taking breaks, you know, keeping this at the forefront. But that was on that.
Okay, let me unlock it.
You know, so
Luke 19 and not Luke, like it. Matthew 13 and Matthew 13 and 17, for verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and not heard them. Right? Because this is a time now to continue in the thing that we're in. All right? Because this is the perfect time to see the prophecy unfolding and stuff. All right? Because the prophet of old and stuff, they desired to see those things, but it wasn't time for that to happen. But now it is.
Right.
So that's why it's imperative to continue in the thing that we're doing, because you're gonna be blessed to see the thing that happens. All right, especially those that are not gonna take death.
Right.
You know.
Right. That's right. You know, and by doing this work, like we read earlier in Matthew 24, this is the only way the end is going to come. By preaching this word. This word has to be preached throughout the whole earth. This is what's going to bring the end. Okay? Nothing else. Not the Levitical priesthood. None of that's going to bring the end. Okay? What's going to bring the end is to prophesy the downfall of this place. When we go out there on the highways and byways, isn't that one of the first things we say? We out here to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America.
Yep.
That's what we out there to do. You know, we ain't out there with with an ephod and, altar with a lamb, or turtle doves or some, a burnt offering to the Lord. And we not saying YAHAWASHI, we just saying Yahawah. We ain't doing that, man. The altar is us teaching this word, man. That's the altar. It's spiritual now, man. When you come before the men of the Lord, that's the altar right now. That's the altar of the Lord, because we're representations of YAHAWASHI. We're, like the brother said, the ambassadors.
Mm-hmm.
We're the messengers, and the message is that the America's going to be destroyed, by those missiles, and once this place is destroyed, before this place is destroyed, it's going to be a series of plagues. It's going to be a famine. It's going to be martial law. It's going to be FEMA camps, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. And then World War III, which is going to lead to that America being destroyed by those missiles.
Right.
Okay, that's what our job is to prophesy.
Right. Yep, and the scripture says to occupy till I come.
Yep.
So that's another word, all right, that we have to look on to continue in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the word occupied, it is
Strong's G 4231. Pragmatuomai. Pragmatuomai.
To carry on a business. It ain't we about the Lord business.
Mm-hmm.
So that cut, that retiring
Right.
bullshit.
Right. Right. Because when you occupy something, that's where you at. When you occupy somewhere, you can occupy in your mind. We're occupied. Hey, this is like you just said, the Lord's business, man. The business of the Heavenly Father. Okay, this is our occupation. We're occupied in prophecy, man. We ain't occupied in anything else but prophecy, man.
Right.
Yep.
Let's close out on this.
Yep.
Revelation 22:12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give according to give every man according as his work. That's the wrong verse. Read that afterward. It's Revelation 22:7. Behold, I come quickly, blessed is he that keepeth the saying of the property of this book.
Keepeth the sayings of this book, man. Blessed is he. You see, so, and what's written within this book, the Lord told us to do, to go out there and to the highways and hedges. Okay, go on.
I'm gonna look up the word thing real quick. It's logo. It's a speech. What someone has said, the saying of Yahweh, decree, mandate, or order of the moral precept given by Yahweh. Old Testament property given by the prophet. What is declare a thought declaration? Doctrine, teacher. Already look up those words in the Greek and other scriptures. It said in John to note the essential word of Yahweh, YAHAWASHI, the personal wisdom and power in union with Yahweh, his minister in creation and government of the universe, the cause of all the world life, both physical and ethical, for the procurement of man's salvation, put on human nature in the person of YAHAWASHI the Messiah, the second person in the Godhead, and shown forth conspicuously from his word and deed. See? So we basically are keeping the word of the book, all right, the prophecy, the doctrine, the commandment, all those things.
Yep.
It said, keep on reading verse 8. No, it's like I'm going to jump down to verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. All right? So whether you've been doing what you're supposed to do or you haven't been doing, everybody can be rewarded according to their work. It said, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandment, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gate into the city. All right? So that's what's going to happen, And you keep the saying of this book and basically continue in what you have learned and the teaching of this doctrine, and still teaching. All right?
That's right. So, hey, that's it, man. When we go out there on highways and byways, this is not something we're just doing just to be doing. There's a purpose behind that.
Right.
Us going out there and prophesying. This is can't stress it enough. Matthew 24:14. This word has to be preached throughout the whole earth in order for this man's rulership to come to an end.
Right.
When I say this man, I'm talking about Esau, so-called white man.
That's right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. So hopefully this was edifying to the fear and power of YAHAWASHI. And maybe, this is, at the end of the day, this is for the elect,
That's right.
Nobody else can get this. So with that, you know, it was edifying. And until next time, shalom.
Shalom.